I'm still shuffling. Shuffling. The Scarlet Shield. Hi, hello, welcome to It Is What It Is Tarot, where it is what it is and it ain't gonna be what it ain't gonna be. This is your favorite. This is not my purpose. YouTube reader. Woo. Honestly, the Corruptor at the bottom of the deck, and again, this is the version with the Axe of Shiva, with the mirror and the Axe of Shiva. So all of these cups, especially in the Revelations edition, we just see the cups with animals that represent the seven different deadly sins. But here, with a bit of reflection, introspection, and an honest look at the self, we can not only make choices with more clarity, but we can detoxify whatever has the potential to like go rancid in that. So that's like one of the differences between the Revelations edition and the Vitruvian edition that I love. The Hierophant is another energy that's different in the Vitruvian edition than the Revelations edition, and I love that too. So today is the solstice. So I'm gonna oh look, number 12. 1221. Um I think I'm gonna do this the way that I usually do it. Or the way that I used to do it. Not usually, because now I get like a deck dungeon challenge and other stuff. I don't think I'm gonna go for a challenge today, but I have the cards if I change my mind. I feel like I was gonna say something, but I don't remember what. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I'm hitting one of those. Oh, anyway, it's fine. Oh, it seems like 2025 is shaping up to kind of be so in my personal life, in my personal experience, it seems like 2025 is shaping up to be a year like 2019, meaning like there are so many games that are coming back. Borderlands 4, Okami is getting a sequel. Um, Slay the Spire 2, which is it's coming out, but that like I haven't been waiting years to play Slay the Spire 2. You know what I mean? Not that I'm not interested, but there's some other game. There are shows that are coming back, like animes that are coming back, getting another season next year. Some that have been away for like some time. And in 2019, that was the year that like Kingdom Hearts 3 was coming out and Borderlands 3 was coming out. And there was something else that I was looking forward to for like literally years. And, but that was also the same time when I had accepted or was accepting that I may not be able to play them because of my eyes. Like, little did I know that I had developed cataracts and that I would, you know, have a surgery a year later and then be able to play those games. And I guess like that's the difference too between next year and all of these announcements that I'm excited for. And the last time there was a wave of sequels that I had waited for was that last time I wasn't able to play them, but this time, if I want to, I would be. So interesting. I feel like this year has been so interesting. The conservator and the contender is such an interesting energy. There's almost an energy here. There's one that's like fighting for some coveted prize, right? Whoever wins the whatever gets the hand of the princess or whatever. But there's also an energy here of this competition around something that is not given. Like the conservator never set out this challenge. The conservator never agreed to whatever. The conservator will continue to protect what it is protecting, regardless of the outcome of this. It's like this is something that people like took it upon themselves to sort of like establish to determine some kind of worthiness for something that is no one's like it's not within anyone's capabilities um, to give something over. So, there's the potential that we enter whatever this Five of Wands competition is. And it's like, well, I won, I deserve this, I'm supposed to whatever. And it's like, I don't know who told you that you would get anything for winning this, but whoever told you that didn't have the authority to speak on behalf of this. And there's like no manager that you can speak to make it so, be it physical or spiritual. The Stronghold of the Grail just came out, Herald of the Purifying, with Apocalypse at the bottom of the deck. And behind Apocalypse is the Warrior. So Judgment and the Sun. Behind the Sun is the Demiurge, Four of Wands. There was something else, and then there's the Tower again. There was something I wanted to say, but before I went live, I saw that a trailer for, well, it was Solo Leveling, and Solo Leveling is like a really good show. I haven't been waiting like 5 years, but like Borderlands for Okami sequel, like especially the Okami sequel, like that came out of left field, like out of the blue. Didn't expect it. Apparently, the developer or main inspiration behind the game had went to another studio to work on some stuff, and now they're back. And so because they're back, they can like continue working on whatever. So color me excited, color me stoked, but there was something else that I wanted to say before that, and I don't remember what it was or is. So I guess we're just gonna go. But it's interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna put my phone on the charger. There we go. So I have the Spirit Keeper Tarot Vitruvian Edition and Revelations Edition. I'm going to use the Vitruvian Edition for like what Sagittarius season was meant to teach us or what we could have possibly learned. The Revelations Edition for Capricorn season and what it has to teach us, what we can possibly learn. And then, so it'll be 3 cards and 3 cards. And then I'll pull 1 card. That is our introduction to Capricorn season. Like one of the first energies that come out in Capricorn season. Now I'm looking at the Fable Maker's animated tarot for that 1 card, and I'm like, oof, maybe not. I'm trying to think if there's another tarot deck that I have that like I really want to use that I haven't used in a minute. Oh, well, I guess we ain't going in there. That's the Notoria. I could use the Notoria, but I mean, I have the Carnival of Time, but I don't really want to use that. That's the All Winter Oracle. I could use this. We'll set it here. I guess not. Maybe we'll just use the SKT Vitruvian. Cool. All right. Now the 6 of Wands, the champion, is at the bottom of the deck. Sacrifice. There was some kind of sacrifice to emerge victorious in the contender, whatever. But again, there's an energy, at least that's coming through today, of like whoever promised, guaranteed, insinuated that by going through some kind of ordeal and emerging victorious, you would be entitled to something. They didn't have the authority to make that claim. And unfortunately, it doesn't feel like the conservator is going to yield just because we were operating under false promises and ideas of something that may happen. The Ivory Shield is now here at the cut with the champion, and the ivory shield is my BTFUSTFU get out my face queen in this deck. She stands guard as protector of things that are sacred and holy, and she does not yield those things or entrance or access to those things to anyone besides those who have the proper clearance, you could say. So she would be the one. And it's interesting because she's a Queen of Cups energy, but I feel like the Queen of Cups is usually the one that people kind of think they can like play to her emotions and kind of like manipulate her emotionally into like giving them something, but she holds the line. She has a coldness that I feel like would be most attributed to the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords. And so yeah, she's like, I don't care what kind of sacrifices you made, because though whatever, it was not sanctioned, it was not approved. Sorry, but sorry does not gain you access. Now, in a way, we could bring that down to mean like there are certain things that we know that we need to do in order to get something in life. But for whatever reason, maybe, and this is the Vitruvian edition, so it's not full color. This could be like, this one is in full color, and so this is like more present than this one sometimes. Um, but we know what it is that we need to do, and maybe there are certain truths that we're not ready to face, or there are certain things that we're not ready to do, certain things that we're not ready to sacrifice or give up, and so we seek other means and other routes to achieve and attain the same thing. But if your intuition, discernment, the divine is telling you in order to get this you need to do that, like that is the path. There is no other way. And just because we make smaller sacrifices or go through whatever we go through, again, it doesn't guarantee us access. Because at the end of the day, the divine is like, you knew what it is that you needed to do. You knew what it is that you were supposed to do. We know what it is that we needed to do and what we were supposed to do. And maybe we thought we could be clever or slick or use some law of this or whatever of that to gain access. And it's like, no, it wouldn't work on Sagittarius. It's not going to work on Capricorn. It's not going to work on Aquarius. And depending on the Pisces, it's not going to work on them either. I don't know if there's necessarily a zodiac energy that would be like, yeah. Like, I don't see it working on Aries, for sure not on Taurus. Maybe on Gemini, if Gemini is like in a mood to just like, I feel like Gemini would be more like interested to see what happens than like actually whatever. Cancer, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, it's fine. I mean, it's unfortunate to be in that situation, but again, we know the things that we know. And when our intuition, discernment tells us something, but we decide to choose another path, that choice and decision is on us. We can take the risk and maybe we'll still get where we want to go, or maybe we won't. She's coming off a little harsh. That's the Sagittarius season deck, though. So, or today, it's the previous season isn't black and white. Oh, it's the title card. I was like, what is this? The title card and the Chariot. Moving forward, it almost seems like this title card represents the thing that is unseen in this deck. Whatever, oh, now it's the Bread of Life, Ace of Orbs. Whatever lies behind the entrance, gate, portal, whatever, that the Ivory Shield is protecting, it's like it's represented here as this title card. Under the title card is the Archangel Commander. The Archangel Commander, again, sits in the space of, if you want this, you need to do that, and you got to do it yourself. At least over here. And it's with the Chariot. So it's almost like there's a balancing of forces now, or someone's will has evolved to the point to affect or interact or catch the attention of certain things because they did whatever Archangel Commander told them to do. Whatever their discernment intuition told them to do, they did the thing. And maybe they saw an easier path or a different path, but eventually they circled around and did the thing that they were told that they knew that they had to do. And so, of course, because of that, like something happens, something transpires, something is like different. It's like the divine honors their word. If you do this, then that will happen. And it's not like, oh, well, that's really hard. I'm going to try to do like 15 other things and maybe the effort will add up to whatever. And it's like, no. And maybe it's the nature of what's in that title card energy. The title card is my, like, it's a card that symbolizes the truth that I'm not ready to. It's like it would be too easy to misunderstand, just go like completely off the rails. Because again, like we're not ready to hear it yet. Right? Like maybe it's some kind of something about somebody named Jonathan, and the only Jonathan you know is Jonathan Beasley. Is that like a real person? But it's not like it's not about Jonathan Beasley. It's about Jonathan Arlington, and you haven't met Jonathan Arlington yet, which is why it's behind the title card. But if you keep pushing and pressing, sometimes you can get a Jonathan, and then you get the Jonathan before you meet Jonathan Arlington. You're thinking there's Jonathan Beasley. You're over here doing all of this that nobody told you to do, and you're expecting something from the wrong person, from the wrong energy, because again, we push and we press for things that maybe we're not ready for. But with Jonathan Arlington, whatever that needs to happen will happen. Maybe Jonathan knows a Cindy, who knows a Susan, who knows somebody else, and then that person, through this like however many degrees of separation, it's going to be the key, the token to you moving towards some other thing. And it's no one that Jonathan Beasley knows. Like they say that there's 7 degrees of separation between everybody. Jonathan Beasley has like there's an infinite number of degrees of separation between Jonathan Beasley and whoever's connected to Jonathan Arlington. Like that's how far removed Jonathan Beasley is, which is again why like it's the reason why I started reading the title card that way. We can press, we can make assumptions, we can glean, we can be the archaeologist that's digging up these relics and artifacts saying that the people used it for this, when let alone, you know, like in real life, they use it for something completely different. It's best guesses. Educated, of course, highly educated, but not necessarily correct. Anyway, I guess this is going to be one of those. Maybe on my last video, I'll just do it like everything is perfect, everything is working out. And just like, you know, regardless if it's true or not, just to end it on a fake, seemingly happy note, you know? I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of, I mean, not that there isn't necessarily going to be other things for me to like want to talk about or read on. So, anyway, let me keep shuffling this one because I shuffled the other one. And now the Emperor is at the bottom of the deck because, of course, he is. The Emperor is given the Ankh by the Empress. The Emperor doesn't take control. The Emperor can't force the Empress to give anything. And an Emperor who does, now the Magician is at the cut with the Emperor. The Emperor who does, like that false authority, again, see whoever established that competition. They don't have the authority or the clearance or the permission to do anything with that. It has to be given. It can't be taken. But, you know, we're so used to taking and forcing and all kinds of other stuff. Manipulating ourselves and others. Who was that? Was that the Initiate? No, it was the Golden Shield. I think we saw the Golden Shield before. All right. Cool. Now, again, if you listen to your intuition discernment, then the side of like somebody is recognized for something happening type energy. Again, like because the Chariot was there with the title card, it feels like it's possible to end. But whatever force of will the charioteer needs to have to get these two sphinxes on the same page, full of riddles and all kinds of stuff, but to get them on the same page, moving in the right direction,